Hi gamers, I'm back, and today I've got like another collection video. It's quite a big collection video. Well, it's going to be one of three because it's going to be on one of my larger collections, which is a PS1 system. I currently have about 250 games on the PS1, and on my want list I have about another 110 games which I hope to pick up at some point. No rush, I hope to get most of them cheap as I see them, but some of them will be a bit more rarer titles, so I'll probably have to buy a bullet and pay eBay prices for them at some point. But anyway, first of all, with the PS1, I'd like to just say that it's one of my favourite systems. It's a system I actually bought myself second-hand back in '96, about 3 years after the system was launched. And one of the first games that were released on the PlayStation 1 was Ridge Racer. This is something I've put together and framed myself, and interestingly, other launch titles for PS2 and PS3, you know, there was other Ridge Racers games, although for PS4 they didn't release a Ridge Racer game, which I thought was a bit unusual. But anyhow, let's have a start on the collection. Let's see what we start off with. These games are going to be in alphabetical order in most cases, so I'll start off with the numbers, and that's 007 Racing and 007 Tomorrow Never Dies. These next lot of games are a great flight simulator type, fighter type games, the Ace Combat series, and the first one was Air Combat. Not actually called Ace Combat, but Air Combat. I think it's basically an original arcade title. And the reason why I got a value series for this game is that I think they first got released in a cardboard sleeve or something like that, and I love that dual cases, so I'll make an exception. I went for a value one on that. Then Ace Combat 2 and Ace Combat 3. All my games, unless I mention, are all boxed and complete. Fishing one, Action Bass. I haven't got many fishing games, I'm not a huge fishing fan. Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Iron and Blood. I do like the Dungeons and Dragons games, and I love the Alien games, and this is a must-have for a system. Alien Trilogy, fantastic game, even holds up today, and also that was followed by Alien Resurrection, which came out late in the PS1's life really. It came out about the same time I think the PS2 was launched, just about. So I'm surprised it never got ported over to PS2 really, but it's a great game all the same. Another game which is a bit of a Contra type shooter type game, but nowhere near as hard, but still lots of fun. It's Bruce Willis's Apocalypse, well worth picking up. And Armorines, I think that was also on the NES. Well, a lot of these PS1 titles came out not on the NES, the N64, silly boy. These other games, there's quite a few of these produced by 3DO, and that's the Army Men games. So there's Air Attack and Air Attack 2, followed by Army Men Land Sea and Air, Army Men Soldiers Heroes, Army Men 3D. It's all 3D, three-dimensional. It's a funny thing to say, really, 3D. Army Men Lock and Load. There's other games, a tennis game. It's one of the better games produced by Namco, and it's I can't pronounce the name. Anna Cominifio. Oh, I'm butchering that, aren't I? Well, anyway, you probably see who it is. It's a good tennis game by Namco, and I think you can play as some of the Namco characters, other characters from some of the other arcade games on it. So it's quite a nice game to pick up if you see it. Not rare or expensive, but certainly worth picking up. Another one of many Atari compilation games, Atari Anniversary Edition. Another Aqua GT game. Some of those games where you play as high-speed speedboats are quite good fun. That so you know, I think it's always nice to get if I see them. This one I showed on my earlier pickup video, Ballerburg, followed by Beyblade. Not Beyblade, but Beyblade, as in the anime. I think I'd rather have Beyblade myself. Blade. We make a breakout. Three-dimensional type version of it. Atari, so why not? I haven't got many cricket games, so don't really play it much on video game consoles. So Brian Lara Cricket, I thought I'd get one of those. It's next to nothing. This is a rarer game to find. Bugs Bunny Lost in Time. C12 Final Resistance. I think that's got good reviews, that one. And some of the more costly games, Castlevania Chronicles, nice remake, and of course Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I think I paid about £120 for that, so that was a very expensive game to find, all boxes complete with all the discs and manual. Bit of silliness, Celebrity Deathmatch. Nothing special, a chess game. I thought I might as well get a chess game. Checkmate. A sort of horror classic, original Clock Tower. I think the sequel, Clock Tower 2, only came out in the States, so I'm out to pick it up one day. And I think Clock Tower 3 came out on the PS2, which I've got, but I have to pick up Clock Tower 2 when I see it. But it goes for a lot of money apparently. Colony Wars, I showed that on one of my pickup videos earlier. One of the classic rally games, Colin McRae Rally. I only got a first one. I'm not a huge fan, so it's a bit of fun, but I'm not going to get them all. This next series of games very popular. They are going up a lot in price, so definitely worth picking up if you see them, and they are great fun. Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot 2. Crash Bandicoot Crash Team Racing. One of the better racing games on the PS1. And Crash Bash. And Crash Bandicoot Free Warped. Another little cartoony type character type game, quite one of many. Croc, not as successful as Crash obviously. I think I've got to get the sequel to that. Crash, I think there was a Croc 2, so I have to get the sequel to that. This is one of the Might of Magic games, Crusaders of Might of Magic. A golf game, this sort of silly one, Cyber Tiger. I can't mispronounce everything today. Okay, I've got some Konami dance games, and they do make some of the better dance games, and they're next to nothing to pick up, so I you know, thought why not. Dance Stage Euromix, Dancing Stage Party Edition, and one of the harder to find ones is the Dancing Stage Disney Mix. I like to pick most of the Disney games if I see them on the system. Football game, I have no idea if it's any good or not, but you know, it's David Beckham's soccer. A classic Final Fantasy type game. It's pretty hard actually. I only got about halfway through it and then I gave up. It was so difficult. But Death Trap Dungeon. And a classic destruction driving game, Destruction Derby 2. I think I don't know if the first one came on the PS1 or not, I don't know. I have to do a bit of research on that. This game's unusual. I'm not sure it's a puzzle type game, but it involves dice. It's quite, goes for a fair bit of money actually, Devil Dice. I think Metal Jesus may have had it on his Hidden Gems videos. This is one that goes for a lot of money these days. It's playing on the system, and that is Diablo. some good games. Die Hard Trilogy, Die Hard Trilogy. This is Die Hard Trilogy, and Die Hard Trilogy 2. Viva Las Vegas. Alright, some more great Capcom games. Dino Crisis. And Dino Crisis 2. Tay Pratchett's Discworld. These Discworld games go for a hell of a lot of money actually. And Discworld 2. And the last one, Discworld Noir. It's like point and click type games. They are quite, obviously with Tay Pratchett type of sense of humour, so that's probably why they're so popular. Like with any game console, you've got to have this game. Doom, just about ported to everything. You've got the first Doom, might as well have a bit of Final Doom too. And some more racing type GTA type games, I think they are. Driver and Driver 2. Okay, these Disney games, again no particular order. Disney Tarzan, Disney Dinosaur, Lilo and Stitch, Trouble in Paradise, Goofy's Funhouse, Tigger's Honey Hunt, Little Mermaid 2, Monsters Inc. Scary Island, or Scare Island, Disney Toy Story 2, I think there's a racing game as well, which I've got to get on that. Disney's Mickey Wild Adventure, that's a classic. Disney's Crack-a-Tuck, Donald Duck Crack-a-Tuck. The Jungle Book. That's a Groove Party. I also got so there must be also 2 Jungle Book games. No, maybe not. Maybe it's just me. Okay. Okay, moving away from Disney onto some classic Duke Nukem. Like original Duke Nukem. Duke Nukem Land of the Babes. And Duke Nukem Time to Kill. Last of the D's, Dukes of Hazzard. Okay. This game has got some 1 or 2 other Final Fantasy characters, and so because of that it goes for a fair bit of money. It's quite Squaresoft, and it's a bit of a fighter. It's Earth Guys. I probably totally mispronounced that, but it's not a very common game to find. E.T. I'm sure it's much better than the 2600 version. Everybody's Golf. Okay, Evil Dead. Big Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell fan, so you've got to have Evil Dead Hail to the King. I've got a lot of the games on the PS2 as well. Fear Effect, quite a good game actually. Not the easiest games. New and Sealed Fear Effect 2, I've not got around to playing that. Fighting Force. Okay, let's go through the Final Fantasy games. I've got them all. Final Fantasy's Origins, which include Final Fantasies 1 and Final Fantasy 2. And Final Fantasy Anthology, which is Final Fantasy 4 and 5. and imported from the States. So I've got this copy of Final Fantasy IV, which also comes with Chrono Trigger, which is a very expensive game to get on the PS1, as you all know. That's one of the easiest ways to pick it up. And Final Fantasy VI. That includes a playable demo of Final Fantasy X. Final Fantasy, yeah, it's Final Fantasy VI. And then there's Final Fantasy VII, again all complete. And this version of Final Fantasy VII is a Platinum Edition, which also includes Final Fantasy VIII preview disc. So we can pick that up. And then Final Fantasy VIII, and Final Fantasy IX. Okay. Okay, another little cartoony counter game. Fyro and Claude. I think that keeps its money actually. Some of the many Formula 1 games. Formula 1. Formula 1 97. Formula 1 2000. I think this is the Sony version. And also the EA Sports version, Formula 1 2000 EA Sports. I think this is a better one of the two. And Formula 1 2001. And another different game, Forsaken. And this is a remake of the original Frogger. Frogger 2. It's more of a 3D type game. Okay, that's part 1 of my PS1 collection. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that, and if you're interested, I'll be doing another 2 videos of the rest of my collection. So until then, bye!